a lot of game left to be played. And he's gonna sack the knight! Sacking it for absolute air. And now the rook is blundered in one single move! And now the queen is blundered! And now you is winning! Time is ticking! You is now below on the clock! This is an absolute madhouse! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game 1 of the Force Drive Chess Tournament between Phoenix and you. Phoenix, representing the white pieces, playing with the American flag, and you, representing the black pieces, playing with the Indian flag. And we have a Sicilian defense open on the board. Usually, the c-pawn will go ahead and take that d-pawn, but no, you vouches to push the pawn forward on b6. Looking like he's going to fianchetto that bishop, but it allows the pawn to push forward. This position looks like it's getting a little bit tricky here early on in this one. This pawn looks like it's going to be very overextended here shortly, but honestly, I feel like it's still fine. The bishop now develops here. Good job here from Phoenix. Yu's next plan of action here should be to try and get these pieces out as quickly as can. You can probably do something about that knight, push the bishop forward, fianchetto, and then try and castle. That should be your next course of action moving forward in this game. Get your king to safety and start developing your pieces and start the attack. Phoenix, I will say, is tied with 3 other members in our Discord server with the most Force Drive championship victories in our history. Can he win this tournament and continue to build his legacy as one of the greatest chess players the Force Drive Discord community has ever seen? Time will tell. But you goes ahead and develops a knight here. I honestly like that move. Somehow, some way, Stockfish 3000 Elo is going to say that's bad, though, somehow. Phoenix now moves a knight in here. I feel like this low-key just loses a tempo, if I'm being honest. You just push the pawn forward. Yeah. And like after the knight goes back, because the knight's forced to go back now. Unless he's thinking about sacking. There's no way Phoenix is thinking about sacking here. If he sacks the knight here, bro, he's not going to sack here. Oh, and honestly, too, after the knight does go back here, you could probably push this pawn forward and then go here, because then you attack the bishop, force the bishop to go backwards somewhere. And yeah, you're in business. So Yu's looking pretty good early on in this one. Phoenix was with a slight miscalculation in terms of tempo and development here early on. But there's a lot of game left to be played. And he's gonna sack the knight! Ladies and gentlemen, Phoenix has sacked the knight. What is up his sleeve? Did he calculate that pawn push? What is this guy thinking? He throws the knight into the pit of doom, sacking it for absolute air. But does he have a master plan to follow up? The bishop now calmly slides back. I think Yu is a clear frontrunner in this game now. Why wouldn't you just? You probably don't want to take the knight because then the queen would take. Phoenix is just playing and he's retreating. Phoenix with a 31-second calculation to sack the knight. And it appears to just be a straight-up blunder. What was he thinking? Perhaps he missed that pawn push in his calculations? Had to be. Okay, now you can move the bishop back up. That's probably a mistake there from you. Slides the queen up. Now the knight's coming in to attack this pawn, so that's a little scary. I mean, you could probably also just push. Probably bring the queen back instead. Phoenix, move the queen back. Move the queen back. Phoenix, I swear, if you blunder your queen here... Phoenix, move your... And the pawn's going to fall. And the pawn is going to crumble. Wait. Phoenix might be laying a trap here, because after the rook slides over, where's the knight going to go, by the way? So the knight can't take here. Oh, Phoenix is getting a little nifty with the tactics here. Yeah, so you can no longer take this pawn or else you will lose the knight and the game will be even once again. So the knight does move back. Good job here from you. And I will say as well, Phoenix is well over about 20 seconds. No, not. He's a little bit over 15 seconds lower than you on his clock. You taking a little bit of time to think here. And what's tricky about getting in positions like this when you get up in material after a very, very fascinating blunder early on, usually as a chess player, you want to try and take your time and really try and make sure you play the best moves to fully optimize your chances of winning. But in doing so, you cannot waste too much time because like your clock's going to continue to dwindle. And vice versa, the other player who's down is going to be like, oh, I'm just going to try and really put him under pressure and try and make him make the mistake. So you have to be very, very careful in his calculations regarding that. We now see a pawn push here from Mr. Phoenix. Ooh. Oh my. Phoenix! He had a better move, but he did. This game is feral. This game is completely feral. Phoenix could have won the rook there. For free. No hidden fees or charges. And now you slides the bishop up. He was good at looking like he wanted the castle, but now he can't. But instead he slides the rook over, attacking the queen. And everything coming down here. A lot of space has been taken up by this rook. You still currently up one piece of material. Or I should say, 1 point of material. Queen slides over. Good job getting out from under that attack. And keep in mind, Phoenix is still down on the clock. He's going to have to be very, very quick with this one to get back in this game as far as time goes. You now pushes the pawn forward. And I'm not even going to lie, bro. Use king looks so weird right here. It looked real awkward. I'm not even going to lie, bro. Ooh, and now the pawn pushes. Oh, my word. And Phoenix has an absolutely devastating attack coming down here with 4 pawns? What is this man planning? Perhaps you swing the knight over and then around here, because you're attacking all these pieces. Maybe you actually just take the bishop straight away. Honestly, yeah, I feel like taking the bishop straight away would be reasonable. Okay, so the queen slides down. So he goes ahead and takes a piece. Phoenix has to move quick. Phoenix has to move a little bit quicker. And both of these players are now below 1 minute on their clock. They are going to be coming down to the wire here momentarily. The knight now slides over here to the d6 square. This pawn is still covered. White's next course of action, sliding the queen over to e2. A horrific mistake, because now the bishop can take, and now the pawns are going to look like absolute dookie. Pawn takes back. How does this one conclude? Ladies and gentlemen, Phoenix was most definitely a clear favorite in this round, but you is currently winning as it currently stands. He's up a whole piece. Now, granted, Phoenix does have 2 pawns for that piece, but still, the pressure continues to mount. Phoenix, under pressure, moves the king up to c2. And now the queen's coming in. A discover check is brewing. Phoenix calmly brings the king back up. Do you bring the queen back and try and do the same thing? Time is ticking. You is now below on the clock. You brings the queen all the way back. Pressure is mounting for these two. Who is going to win? The pawn pushes forward. The knight is under attack. The knight now... Ooh, pushing the pawn forward. But it is catastrophic. As the pawn takes the... And Phoenix has a 2-piece advantage now. But he has very limited time on his... And now the rook is murdered in one single move! Does Phoenix spot it? He does not find it. This is an absolute spectacle to be had. The king now slides back. Phoenix is delivering checks like his life depends on it. The queen now slides back. Phoenix was in the red, but he got 2 more seconds. And then the queen is blundered, and now you is winning. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a dramatic finish in store. Oh my god, and now Phoenix is going to pin the queen to the king. Push the pawn. It's steady sacks. And Phoenix is somehow winning this game again. This is an absolute madhouse. The king slides down. The king is going on an adventure. And the worst piece on the board pushes forward for you. Pawn strikes. Check delivered by you. The king's going to have to come back. Or go forward. Actually, you probably don't want to go forward. You definitely want to go back, probably. Rook slides over again. Pawn pushes. Ooh, nifty. Pawn pushes again. That's a free pawn. And Phoenix gets it. The pawn is pushing! Rook slides over. King slides up. Pawn pushes again. And after the king comes over here to capture this pawn, white is going to promote in just a slight tad bit. And after an absolute roller coaster of emotions, Phoenix, by the skin of his teeth, appears to be on his way to advance to the full strive second round. By the hair on his chin. And on move 76, after an absolute bloodbath of a bout, Phoenix delivers checkmate in this first match of the full strive chess tournament. GG's to both players and congratulations to Phoenix on moving on to the next round. Everybody tell you GG's in the chat. Everybody right now, y'all tell you GG's right now. That game was an absolute madhouse. What the actual heck did I just watch, bro?